Smashing, Basil. Oh, this coffee smells like shit.
It is shit, Austin.
Oh, good, then it's not just me.
What's happening, guys? SupaNova here, back with another video. And before I get into it, just want to let you guys know that I'm still doing my God of War Ragnarok giveaway because I am getting the collector's edition of the game, which comes with a digital code to download the game, but I'm also going to be pre-ordering it digitally, so I have no use for that code. And the plan was to give the code away to anyone who commented on my last video, but there weren't that many comments on the video, so I figured I would extend it to this video as well. That way more people have an opportunity to win the game. So just like last time, all you have to do is at least be subbed to this channel, obviously, and then just leave a comment. Doesn't matter what the comment is. You can comment about your mom, you can comment about what you had for fucking lunch. I do not care. Just be subbed, leave a comment, and I will combine the names of everyone who commented on the last video as well as this one into some hat or something, and I will draw one name randomly, and that person will be the winner of that digital code for God of War Ragnarok. Now, that out of the way, let's get into this review for Saints Row 2022, even though I really don't like calling it a review because I am one of those individuals who feels pretty strongly about someone having finished a game before reviewing it. And as of right now, I have not beaten Saints Row. That being said, look, ladies and gentlemen, I have seen enough of this fucking game to be able to tell you that this is not a good game. Like, in any way, is it a good game? Now, I'm not going to tell you whether or not you should buy this game, because that's entirely up to you, right? Like, whatever you do with your money, entirely up to you. You want to buy this game? Fine. You don't want to buy this game? Fine. I'm just here to tell you my thoughts on this game. And my thoughts on this game is that it literally, and when I say literally, I do mean literally. I'm not saying literally and I really mean figuratively. I mean fucking literally does nothing well. I mean, fucking just start naming shit, alright? The character models, terrible. The voice acting, terrible. The writing, terrible. The animations, terrible. Hey, SupaNova, how's the driving? Terrible. Hey, SupaNova, how's the third-person shooting in this third-person shooter? Oh, you want to know what it is? It's fucking terrible. That's what it is. There is nothing good about this game, as I almost sent my phone flying off the desk into the abyss. Yeah, there's nothing. There is no redeeming quality about this game. And I don't understand why we're in this position, considering the fact that this is the same studio that made the previous Saints Row games. Now, I understand the makeup of the team is probably different, and maybe that could lend itself to be why it's not as good. Maybe that's why it's shit compared to the other ones. But listen, if you asked me, hey, what game would you, if you had to pick one of these games to play? I mean, fucking give me one, give me two, give me three, shit, give me Gat Out of Hell, give me any of the Saints Rows, but do not give me this one. It really is that bad. It is bad enough that for me, it's almost a chore to play. And, you know, sometimes when games have poor controls or poor mechanics or clunky or technically not great, at least they may have an engaging story or compelling characters, something to help pull me across that finish line, right? Well, this game has none of that. So when the gameplay itself is not good, when the game itself is not fun, and then on top of that, you compound the problem with having an unengaging story and non-compelling characters, well, there's fucking nothing there to make me want to dive into this world and explore and do all the things that it has on offer, and to even try to make it through the fucking game. Normally when games like this come out, I'm playing non-stop, 11, 12, 13, 14 hours at a pop, right? Only taking breaks to eat or get something to drink. And in the time when I'm not playing those games, all I'm thinking about is going back to play those games. Great example recently, Elden Ring. When I wasn't playing Elden Ring, all I could think about was playing fucking Elden Ring. I know bullshit, stopped playing Saints Row to grab something to eat, and then went back to my room and started watching fucking Netflix. I started watching Netflix. Like, that's how little this game has sunk its hooks into me. Like, I can fucking guarantee you come November when God of War Ragnarok drops, if I take a break from God of War Ragnarok to get something to eat, the second I'm back in my room, fucking God of War Ragnarok is the only thing that's going to be on the goddamn TV. Right? The game also is just very, very dated in pretty much every single aspect. It feels like an old game. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me a lot of Duke Nukem Forever, right? That game was stuck in development hell. It took years and years and years to come out, and finally when it did, even though it was releasing at that time, right now, it felt like a game that was about 20 years old. That's what this game feels like. This game feels like a 15-year-old game, even though it is releasing in August of 2022. Even though it was not in development hell. It is almost a fucking insult to the other AAA games dropping in 2022 to call this a AAA game dropping in 2022. It really is. Like, this game, it feels lazy at times. And I hate to really say that because, I know making video games is hard, and I'm sure the team worked hard on the game, but it just feels lazy at times and unimaginative. Like, instead of trying to think outside the box, they just said, hey, let's do the same shit we did fucking 20 years ago. It worked then, it'll work now. Fucking rinse and repeat. Like the side quest, there are some side quests that, no bullshit, will take you 3 minutes. 3-4 minutes and it's done. And it is just unimaginative, boring, busy work. One of the best things about Horizon Forbidden West was, even though there were many side quests that you could pick up and do, they never felt like side quests, right? They never felt like, hey, go over there and get me 6 apples and come back. I need you to go collect 2 butterflies, right? Like, none of that bullshit. The side quests, they felt like they were important. They felt like they were meaningful. This game is very, very much, again, it's DNA is of a game from the early 2010s. It just has a fancy coat of paint, right? And even the fancy coat of paint, which in this case is the graphics, right? Graphically, it's better than the games that came before. But even the graphics are not great in this game. But when the mediocre graphics are the best thing about your game, you got a real fucking problem. And look, it's not a bad game just because it feels dated, right? Like, you can have a game that feels dated or feels like it's from a bygone era and it's still a good game. This game feels dated, and then on top of that, it's not a good game. Like, you could boot up Saints Row 3 right now, And it's gonna feel dated, because it was made in fucking 2011. But it's still a good game. Like, I'm just gonna really quick roll through a list of things about the game that I don't like, or that I think are done poorly, or that I think are the wrong decisions, right? First of all, there is no cover system in this game. You can't change which shoulder your gun is on in this game. If you hit a fire hydrant, unless you're in a tank, it will shoot your car 30 feet into the sky in this game. One thing that I can tell you right now that is a big annoyance is the fact that you cannot store vehicles in your garage while you are in a mission. So if you're in the middle of doing a mission, for whatever reason, you can't park your car in your garage and save it. Now, this wouldn't be an issue, except for the fact that once you complete your mission, it fades to black. This game is one of those games where every time it transitions from gameplay to cutscene, there's a fade to black, right? Well, when this game fades to black after completing a mission, it also resets the outside world. Now, why is this a problem? Why is this annoying? Let's say the mission wanted you to drive from your base to, I don't know, some fucking location on the other side of town. The mission requires you to do something on that side of town, and then come back to your base. Well, while you're on the other side of town, you happen to see a badass car you have never seen before, and you want to store it in your garage in your base. So what do? You hop in that car, and you have to return to base anyway to complete the mission, so you drive that badass car all the way to your base. You go to park it in your garage, but you can't save it. Why? Because you're in a mission. But no biggie. You hop out of the car, complete the mission, and now that you are no longer inside of a mission, you'll hop back into the car and drive it into your garage to store it. But wait! After the cutscene, when you completed your mission, after the fade to black bullshit, that car is no longer outside your base where you left it. Where is it? Who the fuck knows? It's gone. This is incredibly fucking annoying. Because a lot of times, you're going to see vehicles that you like while you're in the middle of a mission. And if you're in the middle of a mission, guess what? When you see that sweet-ass car, do yourself a favor and don't even waste time hopping in it. Because you can't do anything with it other than drive it in that moment. And after that moment is gone, so too is that car. Why they chose to do it this way, I don't know. There's also very, very little feedback in the controllers when you're playing this game. And look, I don't expect every game to have DualSense support, and this game is one that does not have DualSense support, so the adaptive triggers and the haptic feedback is not being utilized. But this game also doesn't utilize the basic rumble of the controller, which in the case of the PS5 is the same thing as the haptics, although not quite, dialed in the same way. But if you were playing this game on Xbox or on PS4, your controller barely does anything. If you're firing a fucking big old machine gun or firing a shotgun, there's almost no feeling of impact or power from that weapon because the controller just isn't doing anything. And then same thing when you're driving your cars. You can be in this fucking hot rod with an engine sticking out of the hood, and the only time the controller will do anything is if you kind of hit a bump in the road or hit a rock. Like, there's just very little that the controller's doing in terms of being immersive. And again, it's one of those areas where it just kind of felt lazy. Also, the sound effects for the vehicles, terrible. Oh, they are fucking awful, man. One or two may sound good. The rest all sound like fucking cars from PS2 games. And then the thing that's even worse is that the cars seem to have like 3 gears. So you very quickly hit the top RPM in that last gear and are forced to listen to nothing but
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? Guys!
For fucking God knows how long, right? And I'm not saying that the cars actually have 3 gears. Maybe they have more. I honestly haven't really counted. I'm just telling you, the speed at which the car shifts and then reaches that limit, it feels like the car's got 3 gears. Like, they could have extended out. If there are indeed 4 or 5 gears, they could have extended them out a little bit longer. Instead of you fucking hitting top RPM in the last gear in 6 seconds, if that. And look, these may seem just like minor gripes, right? You may be sitting like, yo, SupaNova, you're bitching about a bunch of little things that don't really matter. But you need to understand, it's not just this little thing or that little thing. It is all of these little things in totality that just help lend themselves to this game not being up to fucking snuff. That's it, man. And listen, I could go on and on and on about the issues I have with this game, the dislikes I have for the systems in this game, changes that they've made to the systems where they've made shit less fun. Yes, they have made shit less fun because of conscious decisions they have made to the combat systems. But I don't want this video to be a super long video. You get the fucking point, ladies and gentlemen. This game is not a good game. And that's without even getting in to the slew of game-breaking glitches and bugs that I experienced while playing. The amount of times I had to restart the game because it crashed or because it froze or because something happened where I could no longer move forward. Like, I don't want to say it's Cyberpunk 2077 level bad, but shit, it's damn near Cyberpunk 2077 level bad in terms of how often this game has crashed on me. And like I said, no redeeming qualities. Poor writing, poor voice acting, not funny. It's not fun. The gunplay is not fun. The driving is not fun. It's just not a great game. And it's sad because Saints Row is a great franchise. I can't recommend buying this game. Again, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money. But I would say if you really have your heart set on playing this game, I would highly, highly, highly recommend you wait for it to go on sale. Because for you to pay full price for this game,
No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. 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 Hell no. 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 I refuse. No. No.
and I know some of you may be saying, yo, isn't that a little bit hypocritical? No, hell no, but you paid full price for the game. Exactly. I dove in front of that bullet and took that shot to the chest so that you didn't have to. So yeah, long story short or long story long, I'm not sure how long this video is. Saints Row 2022, not a great game. My recommendation, pass. Hard pass. Wait for it to be on sale, but fucking don't go anywhere near this game. And that's all I got for you guys on this one. And that's the video, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And if you want to talk about this game a little bit more with me, I'm going to be doing a Fuck It, We'll Do It Live Friday live stream at 2 p.m. Pacific. And we can discuss it there. And so that's it. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the next SupaNova.